Today we are learning Django, one of the most popular backend frameworks in Python. In the previous video, we created APIs using FastAPI and Flask. Both frameworks allowed us to create routes and return data. Django can also create APIs, but Django gives us much more out of the box. It provides database integration and ORM, authentication, user management, forms, security features, and automatically generated admin panel. Today we will create a Django project for a course platform. Inside that project, we will create a course model, convert that model into a database table, register it inside Django Admin, and add courses through the browser. By the end of this video, you will understand why Django is especially useful for applications where administrators need to manage large amounts of data. So before writing code, let us understand two Django terms, project and app. Let me switch to cursor screen. And let me now open a sketchpad.txt file. Things are a bit slow. So I will have to reopen cursor. So again, I'm repeating that these kind of things keep happening in real world environments. Even if you have best configuration laptops, then also it is highly likely that you will reach its limits. And if you're not reaching its limit, then maybe you're not working in your full potential. And when you reach your limit, then things will not go as expected. So you must remain calm when some kind of unexpected event happens. That is the most important thing while doing software development. So great, we have opened it the cursor. Now let us try to create a file called as sketchpad.txt. So before writing any code, we need to understand two things, two Django terms. One is project and app. A Django project represents the complete website or backend. For example, our complete project may be called as a course platform. We need to wait for a few seconds. Things are a bit slow, so we need to wait. Let it be resolved. Let me check the recording. Okay, I hope things are getting. recorded. So there are two things, project and app. Two Django terms are there. Example of a project can be a course platform, for example. And inside that project, we can have multiple apps. So inside the project, we can have multiple apps. Now these can be like courses, users, payments, inquiries, certificates. All these can be different apps. Each app is responsible for one major feature. Today, our project will contain one app called courses. You can think of it like this: the course platform, and there are multiple apps inside this. Let me show you. We will only create the courses app today. So now let us create the project folder. I will open the terminal inside cursor by pressing Ctrl and backtick. Now I will create a new folder, mkdir day 19 Django. Now we will create a Python virtual environment, Python -m venv. First I need to go inside the folder just to manage things properly. I want the virtual environment inside the day 19 Django. So write Python -m venv. This will create my virtual environment inside this. So a virtual environment keeps the packages for this project separate from other Python projects. Once it has been created, we will activate it. I am using PowerShell to write the commands. If you are using Git Bash, it can be a bit different. To use Git Bash, we need to download Git Bash for Windows. Once you install Git Bash is automatically installed. So you will get to see option here to change terminal. I am using PowerShell. So it has been installed. Now let us activate it. The command to activate it in Windows is this. So I'll go inside the folder, then scripts, then activate. Now once I see the this part in the parenthesis venv, I know which virtual environment has been activated. Now install Django. So command to do this is do that is python -f pip install Django, or you can directly write pip install Django. After installation, we need to check its version. It will take some time to install. While things are being done, you can do two things. Either you can do your other task or you can focus on your breath. Sometimes we have a single laptop and that is very busy. So in that case, focusing on the breath is the better option. Also, it gives us time for relaxing, and like this, we can work for longer hours. So it has been installed. Let us check the version just to confirm. Okay, so it is showing the correct version. So the official Django tutorial also recommends using this command to confirm whether Django is installed correctly or not. Let us also save our dependencies. So to save our dependencies, we write this command pip freeze and then angular bracket of less than greater than sign requirements.txt. So it will save all the current dependencies into the requirements.txt file. Dependencies means the packages that we have installed. Their version number and the package name should be stored carefully so that they can be installed again in the future. We don't push the venv into the GitHub branch. We only push this requirements.txt. Now anyone who wants to download the project can install the same dependencies using pip install -r requirements.txt. Now before proceeding further, let me initialize the Git repo here. So I will go back cd double dot and write git in it because I also want sketchpad into the GitHub. Now I will add one more file as git ignore inside day19 Django, and I will add venv inside git ignore. Now I will add the check the status git status. Okay. Now I will do git add dot git status. So three files are there, and I commit them. Git commit -m. Now let's proceed further. So now I want to create a Django project. I will switch back into, I am already inside real engineering day 19. I will go inside cd day 19 Django. And now I will create a Django project using this command. So this is the command Django admin, start project, course platform, and dot. Dot means in the current folder I want to create a project. I press enter, and it will take some time. So what is the dot in the end? This dot tells Django to create the project inside the current folder instead of creating another nested outer folder. So now our folder structure should look like this. So let us check. We created venv and requirement.txt. Apart from that, we also created one more, that is not scratchpad but git ignore. So here we've got manage.py, and course platform has a folder named as course platform. It has these many files. Let us understand the important files. Manage.py. This file allows us to run Django commands. For example, Python manage.py run server or Python manage.py migrate. So these are important Django commands for running the server and migrating the database. The next file is settings.py. This contains the configuration of our application. It includes installed apps, database configuration, middleware, templates, language, time zone, static file settings. Now come urls.py. So here you can see the installed apps, middleware templates, databases, and other settings like time zone, language code. Now comes the next file urls.py. This file controls which URL should open which feature. For example, /admin should open the admin panel. So now let us start the Django server. So I will write Python manage.py and space run server. Things are a bit slow. Now let me switch to the browser screen to show you how our server is looking like. So this is our server. This is the page, the home page. So let us understand this deeply. This is the Django installation success page. This means our Django project is running correctly. Now let me stop the server using Control C. So let's go back to the cursor and press Control C. Now the server has been stopped. Now create an app called courses. So I will write this command to create an app. Python manage.py start app courses. So start app is the command and courses is the app name. Not startup, start app. So now there will be change in the folder structure. Let me show you. So this new folder has been added, courses. It has these many files. So this is the project, courses. Now our app has been added. Let me paste that out. Just a minute. I think it's fine now. This is the edit folder, and this folder contains these many files. So this is now our current folder structure. The two files we will mainly use today are models.py and admin.py. Before using the app, we must tell Django that it exists. So open course platform slash settings.py. Inside the project folder, this is the project folder and this is the app folder. Inside the project folder, open settings.py. So here find installed apps, and there we will write the new app name inside this. So I will simply write courses as the new app. Now Django knows that courses app is part of our project. Now we will create the course model. So open courses slash models. Here I will write this code. Things are a bit slow. So from Django.db we are importing models, and then we are defining this class. Let us understand this model. A Django model is a Python class that represents data. Django models normally map to database tables, while each model field maps to a database column. Django also generates a database access API for working with the stored objects. Our class is class course and in parentheses models.model. This tells Django that course is a database model. So how we identify that a class is a database model? We write this inside the parentheses. Now course title. So title is our char field. It stores short text. So examples of title can be Python for beginners, React development, data structures. Then comes course description. It is a text field that stores longer text. Then duration. This stores a positive whole number. For example, 4, 8, 12. Then course price. We use decimal field for values such as prices. It can be 1,999.00, 4,999.00. Then active status. This stores either true or false. It allows an administrator to hide a course without deleting it. Then creation time. So Django will automatically save the date and time when the course is created, because we have added this auto now add. Then a string method. So here is the string method. This controls how a course object is displayed. Without this method, Django may display something like course object 1. With this method, Django displays Python for beginners. This is much easier to understand. So we created a Python class, but the database does not yet have a corresponding table. To create the database table, we use migrations. A migration is Django's way of recording and applying database structure changes. The basic flow is change model, create migration, apply migration, database table changes. Let me write it down. So the flow, the migration flow. Change model, then create migration, apply migration, and now database table changes. So first let us create migration. Again, our manage.py will help us with this. So we will write Python manage.py and make migration is the command. It is make migrations ruler. So you should see something similar to this. Okay, it is saying no change because you have not saved this. Let me run it again. So you should see something similar to this migration for courses. Now let us apply all migration. So we have created the migration. Migrations, creating the migration means these are the changes that needs to be applied to the database. But now we need to apply the changes. That is, we need to apply the migration. So for that, the command is Python manage. Again, manage.py will help us execute the command, and the command is migrate. So it will apply all the migrations. This command creates Django's built-in tables as well as our course table. Django uses SQLite by default. You can read about this on internet SQLite. So we do not need to install a separate database for this beginner demonstration. You should now see a file named db.sqlite3 here. The simplified data structure is now like this. Let me show you. So it is a users table, permissions table, sessions table, and courses table. Now creating the model does not automatically make it visible in the admin panel. In the admin panel, we must register it. So let us open courses/admin.py. In the app, we go to the admin.py and we need to add this code. So we have imported from .models. Dot means the same folder. This is a way of writing same package. This is way of writing the package because there is no uh, the file admin.py and the models.py both lie in the same folder or the same package. So we need to write dot before that. If there was some other folder, for example, for package 2, then we would have to write package 2.models. But because it is in the same folder, then dot models is sufficient for us. So from dot models, we import course. Now we write admin.register course. So this line @admin.register course registers our course model with the Django admin panel. The course admin class customizes how courses appears. So these fields will appear as columns in the course list in the admin panel. And search fields are title and description. So administrators can search courses using their title or descriptions. And these are the filters. Administrators can filter courses using is active status or creation date. To log into the admin panel, we need a superuser. So again, manage.py will help us. Python manage.py create superuser. We need to save it. Now Django will ask for username, email address, and password. For this local demonstration, I will enter a username and password. While entering up the password, nothing may appear in the terminal. This is that is normal. The terminal hides password characters for security. So let me use as default as such, or maybe I will write MDB. Email address can be User at the rate email, maybe Sachin at the rate coinslive.in. Password, I will type the password. Okay. The password is very short, but it is fine for me, so I'll bypass it. So after completing the process, you should see super user created successfully. Now let's start the server again. So to start the server, we need to run this command of manage.py run server. And now let us switch to the browser window and go to /admin. Now here we need to type our username and password. So it was mbb and password. So now I have successfully logged in into the admin panel. After entering the super user username and password. So after logging in, you will see different sections. Django already provides management interfaces for users groups. You should also see our courses section. Let's click courses. Now click add course. Now enter some sample data, like for example, I'm entering this Python backend development, and description is this. Duration will be 8 weeks, and price will be 4,999, and is active is checked. Now let me click on save. So our first course has now been inserted into the database without us creating a separate HTML form, API endpoint, or management dashboard. Let us add another course. So it is React develop front-end development, and here is a description. Duration can be 6 weeks, and price can be 3,999. And I will check on is active. Let me save it. We can now view courses, search courses, filter courses, add courses, edit courses, delete courses. All of this functionality came from the course model and a small amount of admin configuration. Now let us understand the main point of today's lesson. Let me switch back to cursor screen. So suppose we are building a course platform. The public user may only need to view courses, enroll in a course, watch lessons, submit assignments, but the internal team may need to add courses, update prices, disable old courses, manage instructors, manage students, review inquiries, approve certificates, view payments. Building a custom dashboard for every internal operations can take a lot of time. With Django, we first create models such as course, student, instructor, inquiry, payment, certificate. We then register those models in Django Admin. Django can quickly give the internal team an interface for managing those records. The official documentation describes Django Admin as a model-centric interface for trusted internal users. It also warns that it is not intended to replace the entire public-facing frontend of an application. This makes Django especially useful for applications such as Django is useful for these applications. So one is management system, then learning management system, inventory systems, internal company dashboards, customer relationship management systems, CRM systems, hospital management systems, school management system, e-commerce operation tools, operation panels. Django is not popular merely because it creates web pages. It is popular because many common backend requirements are already integrated. Instead of combining multiple unrelated libraries for database models, authentication, sessions, forms, and administration, Django provides a structured system for all of them. That is why Django is often called batteries included framework. So let us make a simple comparison between Flask and Django versus Flask and FastAPI. So Django versus Flask, FastAPI. So first let's go with the Flask. So Flask gives us a lightweight starting point. We decide which database library to, which database library, validation library, authentication system, and admin package we want to use. That we will decide. And this flexibility is useful for small or highly customized applications. Now regarding Fast API. So it is excellent for creating APIs. I think Cursor is helping me a lot. I don't need that much help. So we need to tackle these kind of situations also. So escape is the key. ESC, if you press the ESC button, then the auto selection gets undo, gets disabled. Not disabled, but we are rejecting the auto selection. So Fast API is excellent for creating APIs. It provides convenient request validation, automatic API documentation, and strong support for Python typings. It is commonly selected when the main product is an API or when machine learning services need to expose endpoints. So then we use Fast API. Now when Django is used. So Django gives us complete backend structure. It is especially strong when the application needs these things. The database model, authentication permissions, forms, admin interfaces, a well-established project structure. So then Django is helpful for us when we require these things. Finally, the thing is the correct framework depends on the application. That is true. And there is no framework that is automatically best for everyone. That's why do the other frameworks exist? Now let's us finally discuss common beginner mistakes. First mistake is forgetting to add the app. So we need to add the app. You create the courses app, but forget to add it to installed apps. Make sure that this exists inside the installed apps. So here in settings, you'll see installed apps, and you need to write the app name. Second mistake is forgetting migrations. After creating or changing a model, run Python manage.py make migration, Python manage.py migrate. Remember, make migrations, create instructions, migrate applies those instructions. Third mistake is model is not appearing in admin. Creating a model is not enough. Register it in courses/admin.py. So if you see in our admin.py, we do admin.register course. Then mistake 4 is seeing course object 1. So we actually need to write the str function. We need to add the str method inside the data model that we had created. This function is required. Then cannot log into admin. This is another mistake. This happens because we have not created the superuser. Create a superuser using Python manage.py create superuser. Then use those credentials on the admin page. Then port already in use. So run Django on another port by this command, and then open HTTP 127 localhost colon 8001/admin. So today we learned the basic Django workflow. We created a Django project using Django Admin Start Project course platform space dot. We created a courses app by using Python manage.py start app courses. We created a course model. We converted that model into a database table using Python manage.py make migrations and Python manage.py migrate. We registered the model inside Django admin. We created a super user using Python manage.py create super user. Finally, we opened the admin panel and managed courses data through the browser. The most important idea is this: model, then migration, then database table, then admin interface. With relatively little coding, Django gives us a structured data model, database access, and an internal management interface. That's why Django is a strong choice for admin heavy applications. So, for task for today is create an inquiry model with these fields. And after creating it, run the migration. So try to do this and share the screenshots. Register the model in Django admin, and after that, one more step is required, that you need to register the model in Django admin and add at least 2 inquiries through the browser. Once you do all this, share the screenshots uh, in the comment or message me on different social media channel. So that's it for today.